Augmented reality and virtual reality. Once the stuff of science fiction, but today some of the tools that Irish retailers need to grow their business. That's according to experts at the 2017 Retail Ireland Summit, who shared insights on 21st century marketing, and there was a common theme.
The big trends that are coming out is technology and innovation, which is no surprise, but I think if you look at retail as an industry, it actually typically hasn't been very innovative around using technology. So I think some of the trends coming around artificial intelligence, for example, are really interesting for retail. So that's been a big takeaway for me.
Have you considered experiential marketing? Big brands see this as key to their marketing strategy.
In recent years, it's become more difficult to get to customers. Like, ad blockers are becoming more and more prominent and more difficult to navigate. People's attention spans are dwindling. So to get real cut through is a real challenge. Whereas experiential marketing, it challenges all five senses. It gives you great engagement. So people walk away from that experience feeling that they've had that one-on-one connection with the brand.
How well do you really know your business, or even a customer's experience of your business? The answers could help grow your sales.
The key message is really that data is the most valuable asset you have in sustaining a business as a retailer. And in order to improve, you don't have to be more intelligent or have better intuition than anybody else. You simply have to capture enough data to make smart and intelligent decisions. Install Wi-Fi access points, learn who your new and returning customers are, analyze your queues, how long are customers waiting, check how long people are in your stores, start using technology such as cameras and Wi-Fi points just to understand what they're doing. One of the big pitfalls in retail is that many retailers only look to what they actually can measure or what happens in their stores. They check transaction data and nothing else. An important thing retailers need to consider is what doesn't happen in their stores. What do people do that doesn't lead to buying? Ultimately, knowing your customers, knowing how they behave, and knowing what they experience within your store, no matter the size of the store, is important for knowing what you can do better.
While upskilling in the area of data or store tech may sound daunting, it's regarded as key not only to future revenue growth, but survival in the world of today's sophisticated shoppers.
We know from our retail members that it's a very tough sector to operate in. It's one that has been slower to recover after the crisis, and customers really still expect heavy discounting and big value. But we need to always be looking at how to improve our businesses, looking to the future, and I think that's what today is about.
We're on the periphery of Europe here, and especially outside of Dublin. You take anywhere outside Dublin, and biggest issue is footfall. And for someone in the west of Ireland, or in Donegal, or in Cork, in the rural areas, trying to run a retail store that's the biggest issue. So the only way to get to market is to bring your product to market. Look at the whole area of social media. What does that bring? Then trying to move on from that to bring their products to the customers, and that customer can, let's face it, anywhere in Europe.
It can be a little bit of a scary time. The industry has been through 10 very difficult years, from recession to the emergence of technology as a disruptor. It can make it quite a scary place if you own a shop and you're trying to compete with that. But what we're saying today is you don't have to spend huge money. You don't have to employ huge amounts of technology. You have to make your experience different. You have to stand out from your competitor. You can't do things you were doing in the last 10 years for the next 10 years and expect to be still trading. So you have to do something a little bit of innovative, a little bit creative, and a little bit different. But that can be as simple as how you greet someone when they come into your store. It can be as simple as how you merchandise the store, how you create something interesting for people when they do come in to look, to stay around, and to engage with your store. So it doesn't necessarily have to be all the bells and whistles, high-end technology. It can be quite simple, but it can be quite effective as well.